Hello, hello, everybody. Welcome, welcome. We are ready to continue to finish off Hildebrand, aren't we?
Who, what, where? What was I doing?
Uh,
Grandma, was I going up the stairs or down the stairs?
we weren't going anywhere because we still need to talk to Julianne here. And she kind of scares us. She's been staring at us all week.
She has a frying pan and she knows how to use it.
Yes, she does. And good, my mic is in order. I had to double check.
Yes.
As you can see, we have Buncam back.
Yay! Bun, 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 bun.
Okay, Julianne. We're ready to do this, we think.
Her last vow. Julianne would send you on your way. Away from here? Okay.
What are y'all dilly-dallying around here? Let me jog your memory. There's a moon-sick maid digging around the Silden excavation site with her mindset on turning Uldawn to a land of the walking dead. You're concerned for Hildy's most touching, but don't you worry. Mommy Dearest ain't gonna let her beloved son kick the bucket that easily. Right! So, yeah. What are you doing dilly-dallying around here? Okay, that's the same as before. We need to get going. She's just going to repeat us or hit us with the frying pan, and frankly, the frying pan scares me more.
Yes.
Yeah, let's go.
Let's go.
We're going. This is us going far away. The Mandrills are something special, just for the record.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, I think we want to go this way. I don't know. This place is a warren. I guess that's why I feel so home here. We're never gonna let the rabbit jokes go, are we?
Not as long as we're rabbits.
Too bad it's gonna take us, what? 4 expansions to get to where we can have carrots?
Yeah. Hopefully they'll be worth it when we get there.
Mm-hmm. The fact that there's crystal braves everywhere is kind of interesting. I know Alphino's been
busy.
Working his little tail off, but that kind of worries me. There is such a thing of growing too big too fast, you know?
Oh, what could go wrong?
I don't know. But where we want to go to is over here. And just for the record, yeah, we've got an audience.
Hi, Greg.
And our target is over there between the Surfid Cloud
Surfid.
and the Hammerbeak. Yeah.
Yep.
Surfid. I knew that. Greg?
Hi, Greg. Oh, to think this girl and her sister were behind the crimes all along. I dare say this realm is awash with capable adversaries. Yeah, and then there's Nashu.
I thought we were friends.
You'd do well not to anger the lass, friend. She's sitting atop an ample supply of that zombie powder, and I suspect she's not afraid to use it. It beggars belief that I could have been so blind.
And our main targets were back over here.
Yeah. Hey, Felice.
With her captive sister. We've managed to track down Miss Ellie just up ahead, where your friends watch over her as we speak. Yet, no matter how many times we try to reach out to her, she refuses so much as an answer. Needless to say, we're considered physically incapacitating her, but that crate she's sitting on isn't just a makeshift chair. It's filled to the brim with the traitor's spurn. One misstep, and the consequences could be dire indeed. You are our only hope, Rena Ladonia. Even in a single-minded rage, surely the time you spent together must still count for something. You will not need to put yourself in undue danger. I only ask that you step forth to where your voice may be heard and call out to your friend's name. I beg you. Surely if anyone can convince the woman to abandon her madness, it's you two. My mic is working. Okay, it is. Now I'm getting paranoid about my mic.
Yeah, with 2 days in a row. Yeah, there's our destination.
If I can get to it through all the chocobo.
You set?
Just a second. Okay, I think I have that spelled right. Sing! Miss Ellie! Rena Ladonia, I suggest you leave this place while you still can. I bear you no grudge, but should you so much as think of interfering, I'll not hesitate to turn you into a zombie too.
So it was you after all. Consider me disappointed. Your sister Sissy is already in custody. Surrender now, and I will see that no harm befalls her. Oh, she's away from the crate.
How little you understand us, Inspector. Then again, how could one born into a life of power and privilege ever hope to understand? Ceci and I have no family, no friends, no fortune, nothing. Two sisters against the world, with only our quest for justice to give us meaning. Long ago, we made a vow. Should the worst happen, our mission takes priority over all. Yes, over our own wretched lives. Do you see now? Anything I might have once had to lose, I lost long ago. Now stand down or suffer the same fate as the old Don dogs you would defend.
Ellie, stop this madness.
I'm sorry, Inspector.
There's too many of them. All in a day's work for a Manderville man. And I missed the rest of that.
Good show, Greg. Oh, he's happy.
Yeah. Someone finally appreciates him.
I really think Greg is a void scent. You only delayed the inevitable. I had an entire legion of undead at my beck and call. Face it, it's only with Inspector Hildebrand's ridiculous good fortune that you even made it this far. And he's as good as 6 films under.
Yeah, well, he's been that before. Be forewarned, girl. Know that I speak from experience when I say, underestimate Hildy, and you do so at your own peril.
I'm afraid you underestimate me as well. No mere splash of holy water can stave off the effects of traitor's spurn. I fear the good inspector's luck has finally run out.
Fall's balls, is there no end to them? Not liking our chances. Greg, was it?
The fact that he's just accepted it now!
Yep.
It's a shame to lose you, Rena, Ladonia, warriors of light that you are. You might yet have served one last purpose for us. Go forth, my zombie minions!
Darkness falls and hope fades to despair. 4 warriors born of light shall descend in righteous glare. Booger me with a broadsword. Are my eyes to be believed? That pose. No, these are not 4 warriors of light that I see. They're 4 gentlemen of light.
Ah! He really shines
Just
that.
so, my good man. Hildebrand, agent of inquiry, inspector extraordinaire, has made his triumphant return. Did you miss me?
That was a heck of a bold
Better
spot.
than a spotlight. Aye, we meet again, girl. Tell me you've got my Snurble tonic, or I'll fashion myself a wig from your lovely locks after I've ripped them clean from your bloody head.
Oh, hello there, Mr. Elazar. Corn, you're looking absolutely resplendent today. Impossible. The holy water couldn't have cured him.
It didn't. Fortunately, our overlord spent quite some time building up an immunity to zombie powder. When we heard that Master Zombie Brand was at risk of joining the actual dead, we knew we had to take action. And immunity to... I'm just going to pretend that it makes any kind of sense.
Oh, Zombie Brand.
The game is up, Miss Ellie. Pray abandon this madness. Besides, plots of mass murder hardly suit a lady like yourself.
It's over. It's all over. Inspector Birdian, you said there was something you would tell me when this is all through. I imagine you have no words for me now.
Ellie, your powers of deduction are wanting. You said that you had lost everything and everyone you had to lose, did you not? As for me, I have found something, someone, with whom I intend never to part. I care not if it takes years, even decades. When you emerge from your jail cell a free woman, I will be there. What say you?
Aww. True love on the battlefield.
Zombie field? Miss Ellie, while the crimes you perpetrated by you and your sister are unpardonable, you are far from the only ones guilty. On behalf of the Syndicate, I offer my apologies for the false aspersions cast upon your ancestors. You said that the nation of Ul'dah was built on lies. Seeing what I have seen today, I cannot deny your words. It will not be an easy task to rewrite, nay, restore, history. But know this, I will do everything in my power to bring the truth to the fore. In, like, 4 expansions, you need to talk to Nanamo.
Mm-hmm.
Don't do it. Ahem. Are we not forgetting someone here? And by someone, I mean me. If you're quite done playing Cloak and Dagger, I require Rena and Ladonia's presence for a matter of far greater importance. Aye, the time of our too long delayed confrontation is nigh. Blink. Why the long face, friends? But mayhap this will have you singing a happier tune. Could it be? The treaty blade, and the true one at that. None other. And I have not the slightest intention of parting with it, save to the one who would defeat me in single combat. But I misspeak. It will not be single combat this time.
Is that my cue, old friend? Greg, did you summon a freaking primal?
Nah.
He summoned a freaking primal.
Kidu, you've kind of grown.
Falls be merciful. What is that abomination? Some new breed of void scent?
Abomination. I'll thank you to address my companion with courtesy, girl. But 'twas the most curious thing. There I was, hauling a crate full of crystals for Hildy's mother, and thinking how much better things would be if my dear friend Enkidu were here. Then came a flash from the heavens, and the next thing I knew, there she was! By the gods, it makes perfect sense. Doubtless the crystals heard Greg's heartfelt plea, summoning forth his friend, nay, no mere friend, but rather the primal Enkidu. Holy cow, he got it right.
Yeah.
And The world has now completely and utterly ceased to be bound by the laws of logic.
Yes, welcome to our world, Briardian.
Adonia, Rena, you may have bested me in the past, but facing the two of us together will not prove so easy a task. And yet, I trust you will not shirk from the challenge. Enkidu and I shall await you at Amdapur Keep. Really, Amdapur? And this time he actually has the lift for this. 'Tis a ways from here, but what better venue for our climatic confrontation? If you would claim the treaty blade, then claim it from me as a warrior. To the skies, Enkidu! To the skies! 2 against 1? That's not very gentlemanly of you, Greg. More like 2 against 2, but hey. Come, Ladonia, Rena, to Amdapur!
This is a grave development indeed. To think that one man could summon a primal on his own. I must send word to the Scions at once. We are Scions.
And it's not the first time a single person has done this. Second time.
Oh, but of course, I'd nearly forgotten we had the Warriors of Light in our very midst. Please, Rena, Ladonia, you are our only hope to slay out the primal and reclaim the blade.
Yeah, you look very happy to hand this off to us. Given this a primal, I don't blame you.
Nashu.
Hi, Foxfire.
Since she's right here. Look at the Inspector go! I'm right behind you, Inspector! Guardian.
And with that, my work here is done. You were by far the least incompetent associate I have encountered in my travels. For preserving some shred of my sanity, you have my thanks. Anytime. That said, my time in this land was not a total loss. My experiences here have taught me an important lesson. That this world and the fools who populate it rarely, if ever, abide by the principles of logic. This should serve me well in my future cases. And most importantly of all, I leave here with a vow that has given me my life new meaning. But this is no time for sentiment. Sure it is.
Ellie. I'm sorry for deceiving you, Rena, Ladonia. For what it's worth, it wasn't personal.
Okay.
After 400 years, this might very well spell the end of the Arbiters of Truth. Whether or not to replace the Fallen is a decision for my superiors to make. In either event, I have decided to renounce my position. I thought they were but white lies, but I have seen firsthand the suffering they can cause. No, not Peeps. Cece. Ellie, forgive me.
The Gentlemen of Light! Gorb, they were every bit as radiant as I pegged them to be. One day I'll be a hero myself. Just you watch. Can we ever run into him again?
Not for a while, at least. Godbert?
Ho ho ho! I knew that if anything could bring Hildy back from the undead, it would be my dear wife's hand-mixed holy water. That's the world-class culinarian I married.
Peeps, stop sticking your bonnet in my camera. Please?
Your camera needs cleaning.
All's well that ends as well, eh, Rena, Ladonia? Hildy's undead acquaintances were zombies enough to make an appearance at my request. Who'd have thought zombies could be such a gentleman? I reckon it must be the sun's good influence.
Yeah,
Say
and
that.
in this case, yes, as painful as that is.
Now, I have a question on how we want to manage this.
Uh-huh.
Because this is going to be a trial
Uh-huh.
through Andapur Keep
Uh-huh.
with a really long cutscene
Oh dear.
that will time out us getting through the barrier if we go and watch it.
Really?
Yes! There are two possible things we can do. We can either both go in as healers, which if the group decides to pull early is pretty much guaranteed to wipe because there's no healers to heal them.
Uh-huh.
Or we can go in as tanks and hope someone doesn't decide to pull for us.
Well, one thought I was having,
Mm-hmm.
wow, that's a lot of rain, is we go in unsynced or whatever it is, basically, so that we can just go in two-person, watch the cutscene, dump out, and then queue.
Unfortunately, the cutscene splits the battle in half.
Oh.
So there's a battle,
Really?
a long cutscene, and another battle.
I'm glad they don't do that anymore.
I'm very glad they don't do that anymore either. Well, they do have cutscenes that splits the battle, usually for a stage transition.
Yeah.
But it's only
stage
maybe
transitions,
30
but-
seconds and you can't skip it.
Yep. I'd say heal?
Want to do this as double healed it?
Yeah. Okay, how do I weight mage? Especially at this level?
You throw hots and then you throw more hots and then maybe you throw another hot.
Yeah. And the occasional benediction.
Mm.
And of course, holy.
But the cutscene really does make this fight, so...
Yeah.
Now, I have noticed the groups have been a lot better about letting people sit through the cutscene, but
Hildy?
there's always that one person. Hildy!
Is that you, Rena and Ladonia? Pray forgive me. I was right on Greg's trail when I encountered a subterranean curiosity that demanded my immediate attention.
Yeah, in other
I will
words,
be conducting my investigation forthwith, but in the meantime, might I trouble you to entertain Greg and his primal friend in my stead? Together we will reclaim the treaty blade from that knave. Yes, just go on ahead. I'll be along directly.
in other words, you got pile drived. Good job!
That's what he does. Greg suplexed him. Actually, more likely Enkidu did.
Yeah, I'm betting in keto too. So this is battle in the big keep. It says 5 minutes wait time. We'll see how truthful
Less
that
than
is.
5.
Yes, Hildy in his natural habitat.
Yes. Oh, good lord, yes.
That is so true. The truth, it burns.
Well, I suppose while we're waiting,
Yes.
I had gaming today. Jason,
Nice.
one of the local wargaming buddies, came over. And our third go at Last 100 Yards, World War II tactical game he really likes. And admittedly, there's some really interesting ideas in there. I have some problems with it, but the ideas it's going straight after are really interesting. You know, like part of how it sets up and everything is, you know, as time passes, basically VP's victory points accrue to the defender. So after After a while, there's basically a time limit on it where the attacker can no longer win. So it's kind of timed like that. And you know how much this will be at the beginning.
Right.
What you don't know is at the end of every turn, you roll to see how much time actually passed. So you know what the end goal is, but you don't know how many turns that really is, because as you go along, okay, that little firefight actually took 5 minutes. Oh, no, this charge across the open ground and that assault, that was only 2 minutes, things like that. Yeah. That is probably the most clever idea it has, and it has several clever ideas. And the first scenario we played ended fairly abruptly. I took a gamble. It did not pay off. My defending force was too fragile for that to be something I could take.
Oh
I should have pulled
no!
out. I should have pulled out when, at that point, which I almost did. Oops. And that was basically noon, so we went to lunch after that. The second scenario, I had the attacking Germans in this case, basically, trying to clear American defenders from a fort and a couple of bridges. And I did not think he would put a full platoon that far forward, and he basically ambushed one of my tanks.
Oopsies!
Yeah, and then I lost the initiative and couldn't keep it, or couldn't get it back for a while, and things kind of went bad, and he overextended himself chasing after me. Right as things kind of turned around, and then I just kind of swept across the board. I lost my entire platoon of tanks in the process, but he lost pretty much everything right at the end. He went over his casualty limit right as I was doing the goal of getting him away from the final bridge. So he was kind of losing both ways.
Oh, hello, Life Swing.
So that was a neat turnaround.
Good.
Still says less than 5, but we still have nobody else.
Yeah, we're currently waiting in queue to do Battle in the Big Keep, which is the last trial of quote-unquote single combat with Greg.
Yes.
It's not really that single.
6 of our soon-to-be closest friends, and Greg and Enkidu. The primal Enkidu.
Ooh.
Yes, and the fact that they had actually just demonstrated that, yes, one person can summon a primal by himself, or one woman. Just before this is an interesting bit of writing. Ooh, we have a DPS.
No, this isn't a bridge. This is a keep.
Oh, no, he's talking about my game. No, this was... I forget where exactly it's supposed to be, but I think it's like mid-December. Maybe it's late December. I don't think they give an exact date, so it's probably early Battle of the Bulge.
All I know is the Postal Palace is not on fire, so the world is safe.
Yeah, well, this wasn't in Hungary, thank goodness. And, of course, Patch wasn't involved, so nothing got lit on fire.
Patch does tend to light things on fire, doesn't he?
Well, at the time we were discussing it, some time ago, it was every time a fire is broken out, it's been because of Patch, and then I think I caused one to break out recently. I need to go back through the records and find that one. But it wasn't in Budapest, so it doesn't count.
All these war games, I can't keep them straight. I'm not that smart of a bun. Yeah, earlier tonight we actually successfully took Emperor Galvis. That was as a 4-man. That was fun. I technically got a recording of it, but my mic was not functioning, so...
Yeah, you did not record yourself. Good show.
Yeah. Some days I hate ops. Ooh, it popped! Now let's see if they notice that both of their healers are in cutscene.
Yeah. At long last, we meet again on the battlefield. I dare say Enkidu shall come to enjoy our tussles as much as I. You, however, might not find this one so enjoyable, unless you enjoy being pounded senseless. Ha! Get away from the tether.
No, run towards the tether!
Oh, okay. This is another one that I've done like once.
Yeah, it doesn't come up all too often anymore.
Chicken.
Chickens are used to kill the whirlwinds on the field.
If I can find... Oh. Like that?
Just like that.
4...
And of course, run away from chickens.
Start healing, because I'm not going to do it.
Come on, I'm slowed as part of the problem.
Yeah. Come on. Let's get a Medica 2 off. There, everybody has regen again. Doop, doop, doop,
This
doop,
fight
doop.
is always just crazy.
And there we go. Enkidu, are our bonds of friendship so fragile?
Oh my god! Familiar night!
Hmm? Me? Run away? Ha! I was but seeking out a something. But enough exposition. Now we fight like men, and ladies who dress like men. Now you're getting personal. For Gilgamesh, it's transmogrifying time. I'd forgotten this. This makes a later bit make a little more sense. The mightiest warrior ever to grace Eorzia stands before you, by which I mean I, Gilgamesh. Prepare yourself. Don't think they waited. Yes! Yes, they did!
Yes, they did. But yeah,
Where's this familiar knight?
I've got him selected.
Oh. Okay, one of the PCs.
One of our tanks, actually.
Yeah. And he's a House for Tum knight.
Yes.
What's the matter, friends? All tied up? Yes. Help!
I'm working on it!
Healer in distress! Most impressive. Very well. I too shall fight with all my strength. Ow! Dragon's heads.
Yes, we killed those.
You think? I thought we were going to pet them.
Oh no! Someone
That's-
disconnected!
Oh, wow. That was a pattern. Okay. What's that? Yep, I knew it. Okay. Then there was one, and I'm chained again. Gilgamesh, I'm not that kind of bum.
He's like, are you sure?
Yes. Please stop thinking of me that way.
Ah, they're back!
Alive?
Yes, they're alive!
Now for something truly shocking.
In then out.
Yep. What's the matter? Oh no, again? I told you stop thinking of me that way. Dragon heads. So we can probably finish this. Yep. Enough expository banter. You think that my full complement of arms would avail me not?
And this is why I think he's a void scent.
No more hijinks from Gilgamesh. You have my word. The treaty blade, too, I shall return. Just as soon as I remember where I hid it.
Oh, gee, thanks!
Anyway, I yield to your unparalleled puissance. And something.
Something, 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 something?
Yeah, 2 lines of text in the amount of time I can read one.
Good group. Yay!
And the familiar knight's still here.
Yeah, give him a calm. He deserves it.
Hey, Dinkidu.
Yes.
Woohoo! Never again, this do I solemnly swear. I don't believe you.
Yeah,
Holy
we don't
cow,
believe him.
No wonder I got that.
Oh, you rolled a 99! Good job!
Yes!
I got 2 comms.
I got none. 3 chains and no comms. Oh dear. Not! Ha! I lied! Again! Like a rug! You can take that fusty old blade for all I care. I thirst for true power and not save the strongest something. Warrior of Light, you've proven a worthy opponent, but I warn you, treasure every moment with your weapon. For Sure as day follows night, the hour will come when I claim it as my own. Till we meet again!
Greg, you are so one-track minded.
Yes.
Oh, it looks like Hildy dug himself out. Hello, Doodles.
Hey, Doodle.
You just missed Crazy Fight.
Oh boy, yes. Also, that green is not coming out even with multiple washings.
The minion. So
Legend has that Gilgamesh first found Enkidu while searching for a meal. Without the means to make a fire, he attempted to eat the fowl raw, only to find himself the victim of a furious counterattack. Impressed by the bird's tenacity, he promptly made him his pet. Enkidu, do you hear me? Enkidu!
Yes, Greg does like to talk to himself. A lot.
Oh boy. He loves the sound of his own voice almost as much as he likes swords and polearms.
Mm-hmm.
What ho, Ladonia? Rena? Have you seen Greg and his oversized avian companion? The not-so-oversized avian companion is right here. Lead me to them at once, and we shall deliver the coup de grace together.
Yeah, we already finished him off.
The battle has already been won. That is triumphant news indeed. Clearly, the lessons you have learned from me have not been for naught. And what's this, you say? The treaty blade lies hidden somewhere in the nearby wood. Maybe. Worry not, my ever-loyal associates, for no buried treasure will escape the keen eye of Hildebrand, agent of inquiry and inspector extraordinaire. Now, which way was the forest again?
The thing is that you know he'll bring it back. He's just that lucky. He has luck score out the wazoo.
Yeah. Good thing, because int was a stump stat.
Yes, it was, wasn't it? Rena, Ladonia, what news of the Primal and the Treaty Blade?
Well, the primal is at my feet.
Remarkable. I knew the Warriors of Light would emerge triumphant. Let us hope Inspector Hildebrand enjoys similar success finding the Treaty Blade.
Such design, such craftsmanship. At once bold and powerful, yet sensitive and refined. I believe I've found the inspiration for my next masterpiece.
Of course they're beautiful. They were the greatest treasure of Lost Silde. To think that they were locked away in the vaults of those that destroyed our homeland and dragged our ancestors' name through the mud.
And just how did you come to know of these long-lost relics?
There was an ancient scroll passed down by our family, left to us by our dear grandmother. It spoke of the 4 warriors of light, their 4 relics, and the incantation of untold power. If we could have wielded this magic of legend, Ellie and I might still have the last laugh. Also, speaking the words had no effect. Only the warrior of light can wield the power, or so the legend goes. What I wouldn't have given to see it. The ultimate achievement of the greatest mages this realm has ever known.
And just what sort of incantation is this?
The ring casts open the doors of justice. The wise man whispers a verdict true. Azim's virtue shines down from the heavens.
Zema's virtue, you say?
To complete the incantation, the warrior of light would then hold forth the treaty blade and speak, Blade in hand, I swear unto you. The legends differ on what happens next, but all speak of a great holy radiance shining down from the heavens.
Over here, friends! Hildebrand, agent of inquiry, inspector extraordinaire, returns with tidings most triumphant. Straight into the ground, through a flagstone. Behold, safe in my hands, none other than the treaty blade, and the real one this time, I swear unto you.
Yes, yes, just like that. I swear unto you. Then.
My word, whatever is this odd tingling sensation?
Ridiculous. Hildebrand isn't a warrior of light. He's just some fool who thought he could stop the lesser moon with his own bare hands.
It would seem the treaty blade is just as confused as the rest of us.
No, the light. Someone stop it. It won't stand to see the legendary power of our forefathers wielded by this muscle-bound buffoon.
Wonderful, Pam. Skyward ho!
Ah.
Well, I dare say that proved to be a most useful incantation indeed.
And so the light of justice that shone from the treaty blade banished the shadow, returning peace to the land. So the legend ends. I must say I never expected to be quite literally a beam of light. I suppose it wouldn't have been much use to us after all.
Unless you need to be rocket propelled somewhere.
Inspector! Oh, Inspector! Wait for me! Balls, Hildy! First you almost die at your poor mother's feet, now you fly off to God knows where without even giving her a goodbye kiss?
Oh, it appears the case of Wanderlust has once again struck Hildebrand, as it has many a Manderville man before him. Godspeed, my boy. When the day comes that you tire of mystery solving, your dear old man will be here to pass on to you the family art. Don't hold your breath.
So in the end, the Sildin incantation of legend was wielded not by a warrior of light, but a gentleman of light. Well, the treaty blade is some 6 centuries old, after all. Perhaps it's not quite as sharp as it used to be. The magic that brought peace and happiness to the world, to the people of Baldea. It was every bit as beautiful as I imagined. To think I would see it with my own eyes. It's nothing short of a dream come true.
He bumbles and stumbles through yet another case, and still he manages to make a girl's dream come true.
That there is Hildebrand in a nutshell.
A gentleman to the end, bloody bastard. What's this? A glint in the corner of my eye. A curious scent wafting in on the winds from a far-flung land. Do I smell a case? Worry not for me, my friends, for wherever the wronged want for succor, I, Hildebrand, shall be there, till we meet again!
Thank you, Hildy.
That really is the perfect ending.
Yes, yes it is!
And a wind-up gentleman, Manderville Cootee, Manderville Bottoms, and most gentlemanly. You're definitely a little ahead of me.
Yeah, sorry.
Ashu needs to be in the text more often.
Yes, she does.
Like always.
She looks
She
so
looks
much
really good in
in
it.
the... Yeah, I agree. I totally agree.
Hildebrand will return? Yes, he will.
No! What did the Kobolin ever do to deserve that? Okay, it just got a bonk on the head. It's okay. And we will not see Hildy again for at least another expansion?
Not until after we're through Heavensward.
Yes.
I'll be there for you.
Wind up, gentlemen. If a Clockwork Hildebrand doesn't quite fit the role of tongue...
No, if Clockwork Hildebrand doesn't quite roll off the tongue, both Minion of Inquiry and Mammoth Extraordinaire are acceptable alternatives.
Yes!
Mammoth Extraordinaire, I like it.
So you keep with the Kinu and I pull out Wind Up Hildy?
Yeah. Where is he? There he is. Though he has once more taken to the heavens in a selfless act of sacrifice, Inspector Hildebrand lives on in the hearts of all whose lives he touched with his inimitable brand of gallantry, perception, and panache. Wind him up and let him follow you as only a Manderville can. I have peeled away the foul scab of uncertainty to reveal the truth within.
Now let's see if this works. Or do I have to have the Mammoth title? No, it looks like I have to have the Mammotheer title. Nope, there he goes! With a little Nashu!
Oh, jeez!
Let's see if I got that on G-Pose. Yes, I did!
I had no idea.
Do it again! Do it again! There he goes! With a little Nashu!
How long until we start Heavensward, Doodles? We've got all the main story for 2.5 to go, and that's a lot of quests. And we still need to do the last part of the Crystal Tower chain.
Speaking of which, do we want to head there now since we've got half an hour?
Yes. Yes.
Oop, wrong one. Sorry.
Peeps is confused.
I don't blame them. So yeah, we've pretty much got one quest chain, which is huge.
Yeah, and breaks into two parts. And the first part is the big part. Though the second part is the one where they warn you, make sure you set aside plenty of time.
Yeah. The last quest chain will effectively grab us by the nose and throw us into Heavensward very forcefully plot-wise. So we kind of want to do it last so you get this big, beautiful run-up chain, story-wise.
Yep.
And of course,
And since we're doing this part first, once we're done with the Crystal Tower chain, we're going to have quite a long run through 2.5 and then 2.55. It's going to be story, 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 and would you like some more story for many weeks?
trying to remember if there was any trials in between. Of course, we still have
There's
Uther's
at least
font.
one. Which one?
We still have Uther's font.
Oh, Uther's font. Yeah, font. Yeah.
Which we can't seem to get a group for because so many people skip it. And it's kind of a bugger of a trial. I mean, I guess we could try his double heels and see if that helps, but I'm not holding my breath either. I also don't
see. Okay, that's that. Let me see here. Okay, actually, it's the other way around. Part 1 is the small part. Like 8 quests. There is, right, 1 dungeon and 1 trial in part 1. And then nothing in part 2.
Okay, that would make sense.
And you
let me
know
guess.
what the trial is.
The dungeon
Spoilers.
is dealing with the lake.
Spoilers.
This is why I didn't say the full title.
Yes, yes. And you know what the trial has to be. I will just say one word and you'll know. Damseled.
Oh, that one.
Yep.
Oh, I'm suddenly thinking.
And that more or less finishes off part 1, i.e., 2.5.
The reason why we're not getting Uther's font is I don't think it's part of the roulette system.
Right. That would do it.
Because it was originally intended as effectively a standalone EX trial, even though it's in the standard listing.
Right.
But first, we need to talk to the Sons of Saint Cognac. Thank you, Doodles.
Hey, we still have how many different game guides around? I think the FFT guide might be on kind of permanent loan to Drew and Jareth. Whoops.
Yeah.
But we should still have like 9 and 10s. And I actually have a Total Annihilation and Panzer General guide.
Okay, Rambros, or do we want to talk to Graha first?
Graha. Being born with one red eye, I did not have the most pleasant of childhoods. You know what they say, children can be cruel. The end result being that I grew up determined to uncover the truth of the trait. Much and more yet remains beyond my knowing, but one thing is certain. The nearer I draw to the heart of the Crystal Tower, the more I am convinced that an important memory eludes me.
Okay, Rambros. No, not Peeps, Rambros.
The world of darkness.
Dun dun dun!
Should we get the get Lego and Batman to start singing?
Let's not.
Darkness.
No appearance. Being super rich kind of makes it better.
Ambrose has a furrowed brow and the look of one with ill tidings. I hope we're not interrupting anything. Ah, Ludonia, it's good you are come. I have news you must be made aware of. Oh, and you too. Sorry, didn't see you there, Anna.
Gee, thanks. I think.
You were hidden behind me.
I know I'm the smaller one, but still.
Alas, none of it bodes well for us or for Une, Duga, and Nero imprisoned in the Dark Realm. Do we have to let Nero out? Think back upon our last foray into Circus Tower, if you will. The calamity stirred the place from its long slumber and awoke Emperor Zande. But you, Ladonia, Rena, you ensured he was laid to rest permanently. Yet the Emperor had sealed a binding covenant with a terrible void scent known as the Cloud of Darkness. Even as Doga and Une labored to annul this contract, the entity reached through a rift and dragged the pair of them, and Nero, out of our realm. Since that day, Noah has devoted itself to rescuing Une, Doga, and Nero from beyond the rift. Our research, however, has exposed a far more dire problem. The Crystal Tower still acts upon Emperor Zande's orders and collects energy to open another void gate even as we speak. Indeed, the place nigh hums with energy. We've done all we can to stop the Imperial Edict, but to no avail. Just as the gate would open only for Une and Doga, so too will the tower heed only those with the royal blood of Alag. 'Tis a most galling design. Granted, this was not always so vexatious, according to the Allagan tombstone Nero presented us. During the golden age of Alag, the royalty had some means of bestowing their blood upon others. If they hadn't such a technology, Ammon and his underlings could never have controlled the Crystal Tower. But we do not have either this art or any with royal blood. Every moment we wait, a vast rift through which the Cloud of Darkness can enter our realm threatens to open. Such a disaster cannot be allowed to come to pass. We must seal the Crystal Tower and annul Zandi's covenant with the Dark Realm. If only breaking the ladder would suffice. But then, what of the energy building in the Crystal Tower? Without suppression, that power could discharge and cause a calamity like to the one that destroyed Alag. In truth, we have more than just 3 lost compatriots to worry about. If we do not act, our very world will fall before the might of this threat. We know but one way out of this predicament. Rescue those who can control the tower from beyond the Dark Realm, and seal the rift shut after them. And, mercifully, not our news is quite so bleak. 'Tis true we cannot stop the Void Gate from manifesting within the tower, but this can be to our benefit. We can use Circus's power for our own purposes, and create a portal to carry us into the Dark Realm.
All right,
Sounds
let's
great.
do
When
this.
do we go?
I want to punch things.
We have heard this is possible from a man of the Thaumaturge's Guild, well versed in otherworldly matters. And with the Master Garland working to create said portal, the final preparations are well underway. And here comes the man himself.
Hello, Sid.
Dunia, Rena, just the woman we need. Yes, our fellowship is indeed complete, and all parties privy to our strategy. And you, Master Garland, how fare your endeavors? Quite well. The device is nearly ready, though attaching the damnable thing to Circus Tower took every ounce of ingenuity the Ironworks has got. But it should produce the energy we need. With just a little more fine-tuning, we can open a rift. I'm here to request your presence at the tower. I'll leave Biggs and Wedge at the 8 Sentinels as guides. And do hurry. I'm sure you wouldn't miss another chance to save the world, would you?
You betcha.
I was kind of planning on being retired, but I'm here.
We are not retired. We're starting a new chapter to a new adventure.
Well, Zed certainly seems to have a firm hand on the helm. Shall we make our way to the Crystal Tower?
Off to the Crystal Tower we go! Zoom zoom! Eorzia goes zoom zoom. It's so much easier to get here by flying. I
Oh,
remember
good lord, yeah.
when we had to foot it and clear all the giants
Ah.
away. So you going to continue doing this as White Mage?
Oh, great. I was meaning to check to see what my lowest is. If I stick with lowest, it's either this or warrior. I don't think I'm tanking this.
No, you are not tanking this.
Yeah, white mage, sure. Don't blame me too much when we all die.
Well, I could co-heal for you.
Yeah, no one will ever notice I'm not healing.
So you want me to do that?
If you want. That way we know we have one competent healer. So we probably won't be doing this until next week.
Thanks.
Has the chief filled you in on the plan? Opening up that void gate will be a real feat for the Ironworks. I'm worried about what comes afterwards. I've never heard of anyone going through a rift, let alone coming back. I don't relish the idea of getting stuck there ourselves. Ladunia, Rina, I'll bet you're here to watch us pry open a rift between worlds, eh? We're almost ready. Circus Tower is full of engineers scurrying around and making adjustments. We're dealing with a lot of power, and if a single coupling's off, well, boom! But it should be fine. Really. Anyway, you'd best wait at the top. The chief's there overseeing the whole operation. Oh good, we get to port there through Cine instead of having to climb all those stairs.
Yeah, that's a good thing.
It's a lot of stairs. Get a decent amount of views out of this set.
Mm-hmm.
My friends, you've arrived. I'm just waiting for my engineers to give the signal. Then we'll see if we can't open a gateway to another world. Is there something amiss, Graha? Emperor Zandi's throne. How the mighty have fallen, eh? Once it stood as a symbol of Alag's art and power. Now it's nothing more than an empty chair. Just imagine if Allagan civilization had lived on, and a just emperor still sat on that throne. How different would our history be? How much further would we have advanced? Unfortunately, there is no stopping Zande and his ambition. No, we stopped them. There were those who tried. Zande's war of domination left no one unscathed. Unable to abide the horrors inflicted upon the people, warriors young and brave took up the sword against Alag. These men and women became as beacons of hope to those who'd suffered, not unlike the warriors of light in our age. But all this merely hastened the destruction. Just as they moved towards Alag's heart for the kill, Zandi lashed out in anger and frustration, as trapped beasts are wont to do. In his desperation, Zandi desired that a great rift be opened to hasten the cloud of darkness's coming. To this end, he commanded the sun's power held within Dalamud to be emptied into Circus Tower at once.
Ooh, that's not good.
The act bore terrible consequences. The tower only withstood the blast by flooding the land below with energy. Circus was swallowed by the very earth upon which it once stood. The fourth umbral calamity. I'd learned of its cause from Une and Duga. I had no idea that rebellion incited Zande to rashness, though. Your knowledge of Allagan history is astounding, Graha. Why a man could study for 2 lifetimes and only learn half of what you know. Now, don't worry, he has a lot more than 2 lifetimes.
Shh.
He's a kitty cat, right?
Cat. I'm a kitty cat.
Mayhap. 'Tis strange, though. I cannot seem to remember where I learned such things. Yes? Ah, Biggs, are you ready? Ready and raring to open up that void gate, Chief. We reckon when this machine's up and running, she'll be able to float 5 airships the size of the Agrius. So just give us the word and we'll start channeling energy into the tower. Good, then let's get started. Our preparations are complete. Everyone step away from the throne. All right, let's see what this machine can do. Now, Biggs. Say that's not good, but it's what we wanted.
I know. I don't know if I want this anymore.
Rift to the world of darkness, as Une called it. Splendid work, Master Garland. We can't break our army just yet. The tough part's still ahead. We've broken into the Dark Realm, but the gate's not all that stable. It won't stay open forever, and only a few can use it. I, for one, will remain here to ensure the Void Gate stays open. As will the Sons of Saint Konak. This rift is our sole path to salvation. If it closes, we are all truly lost. Which leaves Ladonia and Rena. My friends, 'tis a heavy burden I must task you with, but there are none more able. Pray lead the adventurers beyond the rift. You do not know what awaits you, save the cloud of darkness and our 3 comrades. But you must go, for the fate of our world now rests upon your shoulders. No pressure.
We could do this.
This is our only gambit, but I have every faith you will succeed. It will be no small feat to return after you've passed beyond the rift. Make certain you're prepared before leaving.
Hint, hint, nudge, nudge.
Mm-hmm. Might I have a moment of your time? There's a matter of import we must needs discuss ere you leave.
Ooh, this sounds important. Hope the gate stays open while we do this. It might be a week.
Hope nothing big comes out while it's open.
Crystal Tower at night is always so pretty. And look at that thing.
Yeah.
So, what do you need to discuss, Graha?
Adonia, Rena, I wish to speak to you about my eye. As you are no doubt aware, it is a trait seen only amongst Allegan royalty. Long have I pondered why such is my inheritance. The sanguine hue must have some bearing upon my destiny. This much Duga himself admitted. But what? In truth, the more I learn of the Crystal Tower, the less I am myself. Somehow, meeting those two clones has wrought great change in me. I'm consumed with remembering something. Something ancient, but ever so important. And my father's words echo in my mind, the selfsame ones his father told him. The truth of our eye rests with Alag. Mayhap what I wish to remember in these words are related. Mayhap not. But I know I must learn the truth that history hides from me. I would see this journey, our journey, through to the very end with mine own two eyes. So I implore you, allow me to join you beyond the rift.
I don't know if that's a good idea. But I'm agreeing to it anyway. I'm an idiot. But we knew that. Continue on.
You have my thanks, my friends. Now, let us venture into the world of darkness to save our comrades and our realm. Dun dun dun. Yeah, and World of Darkness is going to take longer than 10 minutes.
Yeah, it will. I'm sorry. So hopefully that gate will stay open for the next week.
And like I said, hopefully nothing big comes out of it.
Yeah, gate works both ways after all.
And Voidsent love coming into this world.
This is true. This is so true.
Nobody really knows of anyone going into the gate and coming back. But boy, lots of Voidsent have come out of them.
Well, isn't there a tale out of Thavnir about one of their early satraps actually going through the void?
Wouldn't know. I've never been to Thavnir.
Well, I say we head to the seventh heaven and sit and have a drink.
We're gonna need one for this place.
Something like that. Excuse me.
Excuse you.
But yeah, World of Darkness with running through Q has two distinct modes. It either runs like clockwork, or it's pure and
breaks loose.
Or it's pure and utter chaos. Really? You didn't give me a chance to mount up. Meanies. Nope. Just for that, have a tactical holy.
And have another for good measure. Oh, and another. Oh, okay, they're dead. No more holies for Jenny and the Wimp.
Something like that. But yeah,
we have a quest in the middle of Mordona.
That's for Moogle Mail. We are not touching the Moogle Mail.
Ooh, yeah. They're going to keep bugging us with those bangs.
Yeah.
Forever and ever.
Forever and ever and ever and ever. It's actually a hilarious chain, but yeah,
it takes forever. It'll take longer than the 2.5 main story quests.
Yes, it will.
And that's saying something.
I'm gonna warm my buns by the fire.
Okay.
This is the original World of Darkness. You can usually figure out how a group's gonna run.
Well, he's talking about vampire, etc.
Oh. Vampire the Masquerade.
Yep. Which would be Original World of Darkness. I forget what the subtitle is for New World of Darkness.
Yeah, the actual raid has 2 modes, and you find out very quickly with the first boss which mode it's gonna be.
Yeah.
You will have to wait for next week.
Yes.
But next week we will finish all of the Alliance Raid series, and then be on to main story quest.
Woohoo!
And that we will run hard until we get into Heavensward. And through Heavensward. Because it will be all story all the time.
Yeah. Oh,
For nearly a year. Woohoo!
Probably more.
Because it's taken us 2 years to get from here. Where we
What
originally-
episode number is this?
159.
3 years.
3 years. 3 years to get through the expansion and the...
Well, the
Patch
original
content.
and all the patches, yeah. Now, the good news is the amount of content between expansions isn't quite as high after this one. They stopped being quite so overambitious with their patches.
Oh, I found out an interesting bit of lore news recently, dealing with Hildebrand, actually.
Oh dear.
Well, Hildebrand was actually originally built into 1.0.
Yep.
One of the reasons why his questline is so zany... Bye, Tempest! Nice to meet you! Is that it was originally designed around the idea of, let's push the animations and see how the engine breaks.
Right.
And they justified it by being player content.
Right.
And then people liked it.
As well they might.
One of the reasons why it was canceled for Shadowbringers
Oh dear.
is that not enough players were going through it to justify the fact that it was taking a third of the entire budget for the patch animations to do.
Ooh, yeah. That is so good.
Unfortunately, Hildy is a brand of humor that, one, is best taken in small doses.
Yeah, well.
And two, not everyone likes Hildy. The entire chain is very divisive.
Yeah. Where's the pity?
Which is why people both celebrated and screamed to bloody high heaven
Yes.
when it was revealed that for Endwalker, the Hildebrand story chain is connected to the relic weapon
The relics.
grind.
Yes.
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 And by the way, they started the relic weapon grind really late this time around.
I was noticing.
Usually it drops in patch
0.1.
0.1
It's
and
not until 0.2 this time.
yeah,
0.25, I guess.
yeah, 0.25. I mean, actually no, we're on 0.3, I believe.
No, I think we're still on 0.2.
Yeah, we're on 0.3.
You sure?
Okay, so
Because no, the second part of Iglea is 0.3.
okay, yeah, we're on 0.25, which is pretty
Yeah,
much halfway through the cycle.
Well, not really. You know, it kind of sounds it since you end at 5, but really the main parts are 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5.
Mm-hmm.
So, with 5 being in 2 major story parts, so we're not quite halfway through. We'll be kind of halfway through as of 0.3.
Yeah, because one thing they did talk about it for Endwalker was the patch cycle is effectively a sub-story, and
Yep.
we will get an entire new plot story
Yeah.
with 7.0, and there's not going to be really any run-up like we normally see.
Yeah. Yeah.
I wonder if they're going to set up, and it wouldn't be a bad idea, basically an onboard process for new players that they can start at 7.0.
Yeah, you've mentioned that idea before. I have a feeling that's not going to happen, but who
But
knows?
you can always go back and play the original stuff
Mm-hmm.
via the New Game Plus. Or you could just choose to start the New Game Plus, or at the bottom. I still think it'd be a wonderful idea that for the people who did initially go through the entire cycle on their own, when they did 1.0 at the end, if you had so much sub, when you started 2.0, you had access to your character, and they had a special tattoo.
Yep.
Called the Meteor Survivor. I thought it'd be nice as if we got, like, Archon marks.
Yep.
If you went through all of the original for so long. But
Yeah.
that's all pure speculation. I cannot stress that enough. Any case, it is that time. It is after that time.
Yes.
Where
Just
Ladonia
about that
here
time.
is going to turn into a pumpkin. While I suddenly turn into a very scaly, grumpy Aura who is trying to raid and fails.
You attach the very to the wrong part. He's scaly and very grumpy.
Yeah, he is that. We also have a T-Rex convention going on here.
T-Rex? You have a T-Rex?
Yes. In any case, we will see you later. You all have a great evening. Be safe, be well. We will be back next week. Yes.
Floor show.
Yes, it's hilarious. But we will be back next week to actually run the World of Darkness.
Yes. Yay! Finally see the end of this part.
Good night, all.
Yeah, everyone have a good night and a good week.